Good morning, Gate City Rotary. How we doing? All right. Word on the street is either our club is starved for information about our club, or you're not reading the emails, according to Chris. So, at any rate, glad to see a good crowd here. Anyway, John Holland, got the implications this morning.
Please bow our heads. We stay focused on the objectives we have for the world. Peace, tranquility, a true brotherhood of man, freedom from hunger, from oppression, from sickness, the freedom to choose our own destinies. We reaffirm our commitment to the simple Rotary four-way test. For all we do support, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? We reaffirm our commitment to high ethics in all we do, and we give thanks for the blessings, opportunities, and responsibilities that befall us as Rotarians. Amen. Four-way test.
Like the routine. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you, John. That was Cheryl Randberg, how are you? There you are. You're not getting any feedback about that. Listen up.
48 members present today, and one guest, John Barker, guest of Jeff Simpson.
Jeff, would you introduce your guest?
Yeah. John, stand up and just say hey to everybody. John Barker.
Hey, John Barker. Good.
He's been here maybe a month ago, and he's narrowing us down to 4 or 5 other clubs.
Fantastic. Rick, birthdays and anniversaries.
We've got a couple of things going this week, Mr. President. Club anniversary, my buddy Blake here. We got a big one coming up. Let's see, this week. How many? Yes, sir. 22. Way to go. Great. We have some wedding anniversaries. No, we don't. We got some birthdays. Let's see here. Cooper had a birthday the first of the week on Sunday. Yeah. Is that right? That's correct. All right, my man. Happy birthday to you. And Chipper. Did Chip come in? Percy. I guess that boy is still celebrating. I've seen that he has been celebrating all week long. So, hey, you sing his birthday. And then Mr. Allen, Mr. Mike Allen, right here, a birthday today. We've got the right day. I'm concerned with the right here. This looks like you're about 38, coming into this. Nice try. Yeah, I'm going to get it right. Steve Scott, send it up this meeting. We got to get that straight down. 38. All right, let's sing happy birthday today for Mr. Mike Allen. Y'all ready? Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mike. Happy birthday to you.
Great birthday. As our club service, we always like to celebrate wedding anniversaries. We never want to hear, did you have a good anniversary last week? And they, oh my gosh, I forgot. So, I like to let people know when things are coming up. It's especially important to John Holland. Next week you got you an anniversary coming. What number is it?
Number 1.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Don't forget that one. That's it, Mr. President.
Thank you. John just told me he'll be skiing in Aspen for his anniversary, so I doubt he'll forget that one. Probably coming up. This Saturday, we have a street cleanup at 8:30, usual place. From what I understand, we have 10 signed up. Is that correct? So as long as everybody shows up that signed up, got it covered. If you want to come along, I guarantee we can find you a bag, a stick, and some gloves. Right, Billy?
That's right, that's right. And this is a good one to bring family to. If you got a spouse that's wanting to join one of these, you don't have to get up on a roof. It's a good one to bring your kids out to. Just bring friends. This is a good one to bring it out. Test the waters on service. So we'd love to see you out there Saturday.
Same place?
Same place, 8:30.
World of Beer parking lot?
World of Beer's parking lot.
Everybody knows where that is.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody should have gotten an email from the High Point Rotary about their 100th celebration, or 100th anniversary celebration, March 24th, 2020. If you're not getting those emails from other clubs about their fundraisers, et cetera, large group emails, check your email address on DACDB. It's very easy to go in and change. If you've got a new one, or if they have the incorrect one or whatever, please check that out. This is a big week. You might have noticed that some of the people in our club are wearing different headgear today. A few fascinators, a few hats around. And Lisa is going to be rolling out her fundraiser.
Yay!
Yay!
Are we ready?
I'm just about ready.
Okay.
But we got a couple other things to take care of first. Let's see, we do have some happy dollars, I hope.
Happy dollar?
Yep.
Kind of out of order here.
Yep.
We're off a feng shui there.
I want to thank Cheryl and Danielle for allowing Trotter Brothers to help them with the workout.
That's a Gate City Rotary tattoo at this point.
So we just got back from a great trip to Prague, Vienna, and Bologna, and it was just a fantastic trip, and everything's great except for this odd cough I've got. But anyway, it's great to be back.
Oh, tell me that's not it.
Oh, here, Buster.
Yeah, there, thank you, Bob.
Robbie talked me into it. It's actually a week or so late. The Westminster Kennel Club show, I don't know if anybody saw it. I was there. We put it on, and I'm catching a lot of grief because the Golden Retriever didn't win. Not even Poodle, but as if I had anything to do with it. Anyway, it's a great show. It's our biggest customer of the year. Going to New York is sort of like, in the dead of winter, sort of like those dreams you have at night where you're trying to run and you can't move. It's like that for about a week for us.
So I called Katie to congratulate her on Wake Forest win, and she's like, "What they win?" I wonder why all the toilet paper was in the tree. That's like my daughter. All right, roll the ball.
So I don't know if this is a happy dollar or a sad dollar. My husband has accepted a transfer with Procter & Gamble, so we will be moving in the next few months to Northeast Pennsylvania.
It's a sad dollar.
A sad dollar.
But there's double. It's $2.
Oh, is it?
At least.
Well, Grandpappy told me that when he was a young man, before he got married, he'd always go to these weddings, and all the old people would sit beside him and nudge him and go, "You're next." He said it made me so mad, I started doing it to them at funerals.
Chris, how much time do we have left on on 3rd District? Or or not third district, sorry, that's the dental society. District 7690 meeting. How much longer do we have to sign up for that? And when does early registration?
Oh yeah, early registration is March 15th, so you got plenty of time. The one thing though is the room block is starting to be slim pickings, so if you're going to go, you need to go ahead and get registered. It's certainly for your room.
Okay. And how's registration looking?
It's looking good. And Gate City's represents strong. So yeah, I mean it's we're probably going to get another 75 people registered, so put it well into the 200s. So, but it'll be good. It'll be a great time. But get those rooms booked quick.
It's a great deal on the rooms. 2-room suite.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not a hotel room because they're doing renovations on the hotel. Like we got put in the towers, and so I mean you're getting a condominium for the price of the hotel room.
Fantastic. That's great. Okey-doke. I think we're about ready to roll out the fundraiser. Lisa, we're going to start our club assembly. If there's anybody here that's a guest from another club, I don't believe there is. You're free to go. Otherwise, lock the doors. Okey-doke, great. David, can we go ahead and start up?
Okay, well, it's go time. We're off to the races. We're having a Derby Party, May 2nd, 2020. We're excited, as you can tell. Lots of people in the room are ready. We have our hats ready. I hope you will leave here today and go home and let your spouse, significant other, partner, or whatever know that they need to get their hat ordered if they don't have one. Okay, so May 2nd, Starmount Forest Country Club, 5 to 9 for general admission. We will have a VIP access, a reception for our platinum sponsorship folks, and they will be able to come in at 4. They will have bottomless mint juleps served in a commemorative cup, and they will we will have games. You will have chances to win or bet on the horses. We will have a best hat award, best dressed award, probably for best dressed couple, best dressed single person. Great Southern Fair. Ken's not here today, but Ken, oh, here he is. Ken, you can, we'll hold Ken responsible for all the food. No, his staff and his team over there at Starmount have done an excellent job putting together a great Kentucky Derby Southern heavy hors d'oeuvres. So there will be great food. It's a great menu. I'm happy to share that if folks want more details. We have kept our sponsorship levels at the same amounts that we had last year, the same dollar amounts, but because of the type of event we're having, we have reduced the number of tickets that you get with those sponsorships. So platinum sponsorship, you will get 12 event tickets, 12 raffle tickets, and you can see there bottomless mint juleps, prominent sponsorship recognition. The platinum sponsorships will also be able to, I think Mark has agreed to provide a bourbon tasting to those folks at a later date to be determined. Gold sponsorship, 8 event tickets, 8 raffle tickets. They will get 16 drink tickets. Sponsorship recognition, and we're going to be really doing a lot on social media, and you will hear more in the coming weeks about how you can help with that effort. And then the silver sponsorship is $600, 4 event tickets and 4 raffle tickets. An individual ticket is $75. That will come with 2 drink tickets, and you can buy 2 tickets for $125. We are really going to encourage folks to order tickets, or individual tickets specifically, for all online if possible. And we will be delivering the packages to you or your sponsors at a later date in April. We would like to be able to present our sponsors on our nice event ticket. So we would love to have your sponsorships in by April 1st because those nice event tickets will go to print on April 1st. So, your fundraising committee. The folks in the room that are up here, stand up, please. Tom Richardson. Chip person, not here. Jeff Tillman were really instrumental, and we met early right after the fundraiser last year and went to Starmount. Jeff was has been a great consultant. David Graves has done a lot of our graphics. Thank you, David. Danielle's responsible for the event registration and marketing. She's been a great help to me. Kim Dane, she's responsible for the Derby games. Judy's doing our printing. Dennis Marcotte and Jim Kennedy have agreed to help facilitate and motivate our folks in the club for sponsorships and sales, and they will be tracking all that. We'll hear more from them probably next week. David Lillard has agreed to head up and work on sponsorships and social media. Gigi has agreed to round up all of our volunteers that we need, and Christy and Cheryl are responsible for the decorations at the event. We will need volunteers the night of the event, but we're keeping that to it will be a small number, so because we want everyone here to come out and have a great time. So you have all these folks. We're asking you for your support. Next steps.
So because this is a little bit different of format from what I've understand that you guys are used to, especially with the flyer going from a booklet of actual talking points to just like literally a one-page document, we have basically the similar information on the website. So we wanted to put a couple of talking points up on the slides for you guys. As when you go out to the community or you're talking with your friends to try and gain sponsorships, me as a new member coming into the Rotary, I can speak from the heart that I had no idea what Rotarians did, and not just our community, but internationally, and I find it absolutely amazing. So if you think about that, drawing from personal experiences, I hope that helps with selling sponsorships and makes it a little bit easier to do that. So I wanted to throw up some information that Lisa provided me from Rotary International that really spoke to me about the level of commitment that each and every single one of us have as Rotarians. So last year, we volunteered 47 million hours, and that equated to about $850 million for various projects throughout the world. Education, literacy, community economic development, disease prevention, those are just to name a few of the amazing things that we can do. So if you're speaking to people and they need to know what this fundraiser is going to support, these right here are really great facts for you guys. Go to the next slide, thank you. And so as I started digging into our own club's personal information, these are the charities directly in our community that we are impacting by this fundraiser. Community Housing Solutions, Cheryl is part of that. Children of Vietnam, EMF, First T of the Triad, Horsepower, JDRF, Noble Academy. They were here a couple of weeks ago, and we heard how much the funds really do help those in the community. So if you guys wanted to take out your phones and take a picture of these slides, again, you can refer back to it. If it would make it easier, I know Lisa's going to follow up with sending the flyer to you in a PDF version. We can also include this in the email for talking points. You would like that? Yes. And again, when you speak to people in the community, as I'm talking to you from the heart, I ask that each of you guys talk from the heart as well, because you're really special. What you do is absolutely amazing. And this was something else that I found, and I just wanted to end with this. We are all people of action. As we stand here together and we have the Pledge of Allegiance, the four-way test. We promote integrity through fellowship of businesses, professionalism, and local leaders. And together, we are transforming the future of Rotary and our community members and also us as well. I feel like the fellowship that we have, and not just our clubs, but all Rotarians together really do make a difference. So as far as next steps, you saw our committee, but anyone is welcome to join. You know, we can't put this on with just us alone, and we ask for your engagement and support. It is a little bit different going from, you know, primarily printed to online. I know there's some changes, but we can get through it together, I promise. But we ask, and we're going to challenge you guys. So our goal is $65,000. Is that right, Lisa? What that means is that at least every single person in this club, through sponsorships, raffle tickets, or individual tickets, we ask that you band together to raise about $1,000 a person. I think we can all do it if we do, again, speak from the heart. So our goal is $65,000, and we have a couple of individuals that are going to be leading the sponsorship teams. They have some really great ideas, more to come on that in the next coming weeks. You have anything else to add to that, Lisa?
And we already have 2 sponsorships. Gigi and where's Guy? Guy's agreed to sponsor. So we already have those commitments. And the sooner we get the commitments, 3. One more. 4. I'm excited. Is that 5?
Yeah.
See? Do I hear another one? 6. Who's taking notes?
It's on camera.
Raise your hands. Raise your hands again.
Oh yeah, you're trapped. Anyway, thank you in advance, because I know this club will come out and support in a huge way. But it really is all about raising money so that we can give it away. And you know, just an example, this week I delivered the check to the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club, and you know, it was $675. But I received just the nicest email from Grace over there that heads that program up yesterday. So we are making an impact in our community, and so I appreciate your support. We are trying something different. So please get your neighbors, go ahead and put it on your calendars, invite your neighbors and friends to come out for a nice fun evening.
What's the raffle item?
Oh yes, and I forgot to mention that. The raffle items, thanks to Kelly and where's Tony. We have a grand getaway at Grand Derby Resort, O. Henry Hotel package, proximity, and we've added in this year an ultimate spa day experience because we wanted the ladies that come to, you know, want to buy raffle tickets. Carolina style oyster roast provided by Ralph, and then a whiskey tasting at Gia Restaurant and Bar. And so we have reduced the price of an individual ticket to $20. But you can buy 3 for $50, so we're hoping that will encourage people to buy not just 1 ticket or 2, but 3. So sell the 3 for $50 if you can. And raffle tickets, you know, a lot of people can't buy, don't feel like they can sell a sponsorship. Selling $1,000 or $800 worth of raffle tickets, that cost us nothing. So that's, you know, that's great money that you're raising. So don't feel like if you can't sell a sponsorship. Raffle tickets are easy to sell, because I did it the first year I was in this club because I was not going to write a check. So, thank you. I think Dennis wanted to say something.
Just let me ask another question, because everyone in this room probably has the same one. When you send out the website, they will be able to actually make a payment, select their sponsorship and everything else through the internet.
Correct. So if you go on to gatecityfundraiser.com, there will be links to our Eventbrite page. And from that page, it will allow you to select either your level of sponsorship, an individual ticket, or if you just would rather do the membership option, that is available as well. And you can go ahead and input your credit card information directly in there.
Okay. So when I saw this was kind of interesting. Jim and I have got just about all our captains selected. They volunteered. We didn't appoint them. We called them. And whether they're going to be assigned a team of 3. There'll be the captain and 3 other people, so it's going to be a very manageable process. But the theme is going to be, we're going to be staying in touch with you often. It doesn't mean we're going to pick on any one person. For instance, everybody that raised their hand this morning said they're going to do a sponsorship. My expectation is you're going to go back to the office today, you're going to go to our website, and then you're going to complete your purchase so that we can then report it to the membership as it comes in. And so, because I think that's one thing that we didn't do very well in the past. Maybe because we didn't do what we're doing now. We always had paper sales, and it's hard to track. Now we can track this stuff really a lot faster. And I think information about how other people are succeeding will just lend you to be encouraged to make some sales. And the other thing here, for me, when I was selling, I bought a sponsorship last year and sold one. But I always struggled with the $10 admission price, if I remember that right, and $600, because that's my favorite one I would sell because I figured it was the easiest one. There's a big gap between that. Why do I pay $600 versus $10? Now it's $75 and $125. So selling a $600 sponsorship, I think, is a lot easier now because they're seeing that this price here, they're getting, there's some real value here, and they're just going to spend a little bit more money. Because if they buy tickets and they buy some raffle tickets, also, you know, it's just a closer number, and it's, I think, an easier sell. So just kind of keep that in mind. And when you walk out of here, think about, you know, obviously your current employer, but somebody else that you know. You can just ask, show them, see if they're interested in going to a party. And this is the other thing is, this is going to be a real party with Jessica. What's Jessica's name?
Oh yeah, Jessica Mashburn and Evan Olson, AM Rodeo, are providing our music.
And if you don't know who they are, they're the ones that often, they play Wednesday night at Fireworks. And they always draw a crowd. They are really well known in Greensboro. And if you mention, and the name in the flyer?
It is. Live music by AM Radio.
All right, you may not know who that is, so if you can send an email, make sure you put, for sure, Jessica's name in there, because a lot of people in this community know Jessica, and will attend. So I think this is just going to be a really, really fun time. Yes, John?
You know, in the past, as you mentioned, our prices were a lot lower, but that didn't include, I mean, you got a drink ticket maybe, or everything was cash bar and limited food.
Right.
For $75, is there a food difference? Are we getting a food with this? I mean, how do you sell $75 to somebody?
Yeah, it's going to, the food fare is going to be for everybody, not just for the sponsors.
So that's not an extra cost?
That's not an extra cost.
And I think that's an important thing because we need to be able to explain why if somebody came in the past, why the big jump in price?
Right.
Well, because we're changing the whole, it's a whole different party.
I understand it, but we need to be able to say what is different? Is there sort of a catchword, buzzwords that we can use?
It's a date night, so, you know, most people, you want to take your spouse out for a nice evening and you get live music provided at a nice venue. You're not going to get out of there for less than $125.
No, I understand that,
So
but you know, we've had music in the past and we've had cash bar and cash food. So I was just trying to make sure that we can sell that conceptual change that goes along with the big jump in price.
Well, you got to think about the venue. We're at a wonderful venue. You got to think about the food. If you, Ken Kinka will put on a party for us. We've had changing of the guard there, and he does an incredible job. So it is a special evening for your spouse and you or your partner or whoever, I think. And I think it's an easier sell, much easier than what we have done in the past. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
We don't have to sell 2,000 tickets to this.
Let me say something. So what we used to do was try and get a lot of people just to expose ourselves. This is a little more exclusive with hopefully better fundraising outcomes, right? Because we don't need 500. So I carried it on just because that's what we did, but we were trying to get 500 or 1,000 people or whatever just to expose Gate City Rotary to the community. So this is a little different path than saying, hey, we're gonna get a little more exclusive and try and raise more money, which is really a fundraiser, right? So I think it's awesome. It's a great idea.
Lisa, is there a limit? Is there, are
We
gonna
do
get
have
that?
a 400 ticket limit, so we can
Yeah.
only, I guess, the capacity for the ballroom. And we have the ballroom, and we'll have access to the back deck, and
We can hit 400 people.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we can do that. And I will mention too, Jeff Tillman, I reached out to Jeff, and Jeff has graciously agreed to give us an ad in the Star Mountain Life magazine for in April. So we're hoping that we can't really advertise to the club members there, but this, this ad will reach a lot of folks in that, around the club. And there are enough folks in here that belong to Star Mountain Country Club, so you can talk this up amongst your friends when you're over there playing tennis and sitting around the grill.
Lisa, I wanted to clarify, it's not everything's online. You are going to give raffle tickets to people to see.
Yes, we will have the raffle tickets printed to hand to you next week.
You go online to sell tickets. How will people get their tickets mailed to them?
We are, you want to answer that?
So the way Eventbrite works is if you buy your individual ticket, you can print it out, and it'll be the same with the sponsorships. But with the sponsorships, because it's special that you are making that commitment, we are going to deliver a nice, really beautiful package with the tickets in there. So it's a better way that we can track it. But say, I go and buy a gold sponsorship, I'm just gonna get one ticket, but with the promise of all these other expectations that come in that package, okay?
You will have a nice event ticket that it will be elegant.
Does an individual ticket include any raffles?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so.
Does it include anything, any drink tickets or anything?
2 drink tickets.
2 drink tickets, okay.
Yes.
And then hors d'oeuvres and all
And heavy
that.
hors d'oeuvres and live music, yeah. And the reason I struggled because I know that you have to, really honor your platinum sponsors and your sponsors, your folks that have, committed financially to sponsorships. But Rotary should be inclusive, and that's the reason why we're having this little private reception early on, because I wanted this event to be very inclusive so that we're all together. If you invite your friends, we want them to feel included.
Lisa, shouldn't we have on there that the $75 individual ticket gets you 2 drink tickets and hors d'oeuvres, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't say that on there, does it?
Through the Eventbrite, it does.
What?
The Eventbrite, it lists that. So if you go onto Eventbrite to purchase your ticket, it will
Okay.
have all that listed.
But whatever we can forward to a friend or whatever, the flyer, is it gonna have it on there?
I would make sure you expressly say that too. So if you're sending an email to a friend, you can say your tickets include heavy hors d'oeuvres, drinks, and entertainment.
We can add that, we can actually add that before we send it out.
That's a good deal. We hadn't had that before. So they're getting food and a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
With each ticket. So, yeah, that's a good thing to know. It was just a ticket.
So for those of you who may need more than 2 drinks, will you be able to buy extra drinks?
There is
Will they be able to buy extra drinks?
There will be a cash bar.
Those of you.
There will be a cash
I'm just making sure, I'm just making sure it's not, I'll get charged to my account.
The Kentucky guy, right?
Mark, you just need to buy the platinum sponsorship and you'll have bottomless.
I'll make a challenge right here. I'll do a challenge. If we have 10 members that'll buy a platinum sponsorship, I'll bring bottle patties.
Happy Van Week.
All right, that's 2 for Guy.
That's right.
Close your ears, Ken. I know I can't break stuff on property. I'll bring them back.
Are you gonna serve it to everybody?
To the people that contribute.
He
Yes.
said he's ready. He said he's
gonna open it. No, I will open it for those people who.
Did you see it?
Hey, that's rare air there, man. It's hard to get to.
I'd just like to applaud the work that's been done on the Rotary and what we do, what you have chosen is incredible. It is exactly who we are and what we do, and we should use that whenever we're trying to sell these sponsorships. So you have done an incredible job with that.
Thank you. Well, be proud. I'm proud to be part of this club, and I think that's because of all of you as well and what you've done. So be proud of yourselves. But in the essence of time, I wanted to throw out some trivia before we move on. Just some fun facts for Kentucky Derby. Best guess. How many strawberries are consumed on average?
Oh my God.
75.
You got a long way to go on that.
150 tons.
200,000.
You're getting close.
Probably a million, yeah.
So I'm going to give it to 200,000. It's actually 300,000 strawberries. How much does the trophy weigh?
65 pounds.
Nah, it's
28.
27.
How much?
28. 30.
Down. Keep going.
17.
Ooh.
13. 4
Keep
pounds.
going down. How much? What'd you say? It's 3.5. 3.5 pounds.
Pig Stockton trophy weighs like 8 pounds.
Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda is Steve, who's selling a house. No. Steve, you want to talk about attendance real quick? I'm sorry.
I have the most boring job in the club because you guys are phenomenal. You look at our attendance, we are down, I think, a point from last year, but essentially 90% attendance for the year is an absolutely phenomenal number. And I kudos to all of you. You make my job super easy, and you're doing a great job. No more.
Judy.
I'm going to make this real short and sweet because we're running out of time. Interact is strong. We're doing a great job. This Saturday I have Marion Dewey, who's going to present for us for the four-way test speech, and hopefully if she wins it, she's going to present it at the conference. I've also put in an application for our club to get two to present at the district conference on our Interact club for our club. They've been extremely involved the whole first part of the year. Next year, this spring we're looking at a toiletry drive for the homeless. We have an exchange student going out. Thank you, Tony. He's going to be Marion Dewey. We are going to have to bring in another student, and that should be coming up pretty soon. Meals for Hope, we have them already set up for that, and we're looking for next year for a club president and for a advisor for next year.
Does that mean I'm off the hook?
Huh?
Yeah, if you want to go back to high school. Yeah.
Club president Interact.
Shoot, you wasn't clear.
Yeah. But anyway, so not only are we working on this year, we're also being proactive and working towards next year.
Good job, Judy.
Good job, Judy.
Great job.
All right, membership. So we started the year at 71 members. We're currently at 72 members. We have, as all of you know, that are long-term or long-time members of our club. Gate City is a little bit unique. You know, a lot of Rotary clubs are losing membership for various reasons. We tend to stay pretty steady, and we like that. That being said, we still want to grow, and we want to continue to add people, because we will have, just natural things. People get transferred or promoted or whatever. But by the way, you're not leaving before the end of this year.
You can't leave before April 1st.
Yeah, you can't leave before. So basically, we started the year at 71. Our goal is 72. At present, we have about five prospects in the pipeline. People that are very interested. Just to throw this out there, we convert about 1 out of 5 of the opportunities we have to sit down and have a conversation with. But that number goes way up. If it's someone that one of our members brings to a meeting, or brings to an event, or brings to our fundraiser, if you engage those people and get them involved, probably one out of two will join our club. So I would encourage you, I think someone said it earlier, to get people involved, bring them to these events, and that works much better for us. So please, if you have anybody who has any interest, bring them to a meeting. Jeff, thanks for bringing your guest again today. We appreciate it. Also, we're going to have our next Discover Rotary meeting on March 12th. That'll be a meeting at this club immediately after the meeting, after our regular meeting. We sit out here and we talk about Rotary. We spend, 20 minutes talking about what Rotary is about, share some information with prospective members, and see if we can get any of those people to engage. So, anyway, final note, please invite your friends.
So I'm going to start off by saying I don't think these numbers are correct, but I'm going to talk about grants. So I've put a piece of paper on each of the tables. If anybody is interested in applying for a district grant, this is straight off of DAGDB. So who here has access to DAGDB? I should see every hand go up, right? So that, it was a push years ago for everybody to use DAGDB, which is the source information for all of this. So we as a club are doing 2 direct funded grants for a year. It's Lionheart and Children of Vietnam, right? So I'm not even sure everybody knows that, but the way it works is the money goes up to the foundation, the big foundation, and then a certain percentage comes back. I'm not going to try and explain it. It's very convoluted. We end up getting about 20%, I think, back.
That's right.
Yeah, so we get about 20% of it back. Some of it goes to global grants, some of it goes to district grants, and then our direct grants that we do. We do a block grant with other clubs in Guilford County. So I listed some of these that are shared grants on the paper that are even the combined Guilford County and Greensboro block grants. The 2 that we participate are there. So we get about, I think, $30,000 in those block grants. The reason I mention this is we're supposed to have deadlines to submit all this stuff for next year, and nobody's really coming forward saying, hey, I want a district grant. Now I'm thinking Chris and maybe Dan may want to do it again, but it should be open to everyone, right? Y'all should all be able to submit a grant. We have to approve it as a board because half of the funds come from the club. The fundraiser funds that. So we do past president's grants, we do district grants, and then on top of that, if people want to, you can apply for a global grant. So global grants are, Dan applied for one in the past. They're a little harder to get, but they're not impossible. And they can be $30,000 to $400,000. So if you have a global grant possibility, you could get almost $500,000 for your cause. So I have stuff for global grants, I have stuff for district grants. This one even has a neat little flow chart with like check boxes, and I don't want to send this to everybody because I'm assuming only a few people are really interested. So if you email me directly, I will scan it and send it in a PDF to you, and you can look at the global grant stuff and the district grant. Global grants are year-round, so you can apply for it at any time, and if you qualify, $30,000 to $400,000.
It can take a while.
It can take a while, yeah. Some of the big ones. Guilford does one with the Moldova Nursing Collaborative, Dr. Mackler. You've heard him speak here. So there's a bunch of really cool stuff in this, and if anybody's interested, like I said, I'll send it. The district grants, we have deadlines for it. So there's stuff that has to be done by April 15th. So if you're interested in it, you need to get moving. And I've also asked that if you are interested, that you submit your information at least to the board by our next board meeting, which is 2 weeks. Or is it 3?
Week and a half, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're really interested, make sure you send us some information before then because we have to discuss it and approve it before you get moving too fast. Okay? All right.
Yeah, just to add a couple of things to that. Last year's number was actually 2894 for both the projects. It was
yeah,
the numbers up there are the 1819 numbers. The 1920 numbers were a little bit lower, and I just pulled up the DDF funds that are going to be available. You guys will see it next week in the PETS training, but our allocation is much lower for this coming year. And then I think what you'll see is you'll see the trajectory go up. I think the base number is only it's like 3,000 something is the base number, but of that amount, a lot of that money will go to the joint projects that the area clubs participate in. And if you want to get together later, I'll explain that whole thing. But I think the available pot is going to be a lot less for Gate City's DDF funds this coming year, but then you'll see that turn around. But I do want to put in a big plug for the grant training. You guys hear about all these trainings, and I know it probably goes in one ear and out the other. But if you want to participate in district grants or global grants, Guy's exactly right. There's a lot of money available, and this club in particular, as compared to some of the area clubs, the grant knowledge is very concentrated in just a couple of people. And I'm, not to cast stones, but that's everybody's fault. The training is available to everybody. So
they have one more coming up.
Yeah, and you have to participate in it. And look, this grant stuff's not building a rocket. I mean, it's not the easiest thing to understand, but everybody in here is smart. You guys can comprehend how to do it, and I mean, you can make just a huge reach, a huge global reach, a huge local reach if you guys learn how to do this stuff. But you have to go to the trainings. So instead of the same people going to the grant trainings every year to check off the block, we need new people to go to those trainings to learn how to do it.
Yeah, and I want to publicly acknowledge Gigi and Jim Kennedy. They are auditors for the district. So those two guys volunteered. I wrote this on the sheet that people have not been the cleanest about. Our guys are doing great with submitting receipts and everything else, but they've not all been great about doing it. So these guys are trying to clean it up. This is really what all of the fundraising is. It's going to big grants that make the world a better place. Yeah, we have fun. Yeah, we do great things. But this is really the good that we do in the world, right? The grants. So anybody's interested, get with me. I'll help you through the process, and we can direct you to the training.
And Dan and I have both done it a ton. We're happy to, to help everybody understand it too. If you're interested, just reach out.
Chris is trying to say is I did it, so it's easy.
Hey, I'll be quick. In the fall, we did our first Bikes for Kids, so that was a brand new service project for us this year, which is exciting. We didn't have to drop any other ones to pick that one up, so thank y'all for that. Participation has been outstanding so far. We've had a great turnout at the street cleaning project rebuild, Bikes for Kids, the bell ring. It's all been great. We've got a few more coming up here in the spring. So Victory Junction and Camp Carefree are two of the bigger ones that we're going to do, as well as some Meals of Hope packaging. So I'd love to see you out here this Saturday, and then just be on the lookout. Those Victory Junction and Camp Carefree, that's them sprucing those camps up right before spring, where they have a big turnout and a lot of camps start. And so that project is TBD on timing and what it will entail, but I'll keep you posted as that comes up.
What time again on Saturday?
8:30.
8:30.
Okay, big announcement for public image. We're gonna have a new website coming up in the next month or so.
Big deal.
Again, I'm a little bit slower in getting the videos up. It's because I've been trying to do this as well, so forgive me for that. But really, we tried to simplify the messaging and navigation. It's really focused on attracting new members and explaining what we do to them. We all know what we do, but this needs to be a public-facing vehicle for our marketing. And makeups are still easy, I promise. So just real quick, we're going to have really simple layout, updating it quite a bit. Really making sure that we highlight the ways that we are engaged in the community, a lot of the stuff that Danielle was talking about. Again, also highlighting and making it easy for you to find events. So if you need to go register for something, you don't have to go back and look through your emails and find that email that was sent last Tuesday at 3 o'clock. You'll be able to find that information directly on the website, click through, register right there. And again, I'm not even sure if this will play. I'll take a shot at it. It's just this easy to do an online makeup, just like that. There you go. So you can watch it right in there, or if you just really love the YouTube experience, you can click through and do that.
Watch the ads. Yeah.
So yeah. So again, trying to make it really simple and easy, but yeah, that should be rolling out in the next few weeks.
Great job.
Fantastic. Great. Mike Conrad.
You want to save money? It's 8 o'clock.
If you don't mind. Yeah,
we better.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
Sorry. We'll call it there. We've got some very important big Rotary business for next week. Please be here, bring a guest, bring a friend. Really excited about the fundraiser. We need to really keep you all together. Yes?
Just a quick plug for Wednesday night at your house, next week, new members. We've got like a dozen, as all things Rotary. You guys waited to the last minute. Thank you.
Right. So yeah, my house.
If you've got a new member, let me know so I can invite them.
Yeah, my house, 7 o'clock Wednesday. Yep, okay, fantastic.
These are perspectives for the Satellite Club.
Oh, we'll take either, but yeah, we're gonna be talking a lot about the Satellite Club. Okey doke, great. Let's see, need to draw a ticket, and I'm gonna draw it, if y'all don't mind. Fixed. And, yeah, last one number 6580.
I'll let you know on that trip, I'll send you that video.
6580. You guys? Oh man, they are.